and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to share with you some no spend meal ideas, and I use it in air quotes because yes, I did spend money to obviously buy these items, but I've wanted to do this basically since January and haven't, and I've just been like dragging my feet at doing this. And this week I said, no, I'm doing it. Like, I'm doing it. So I did a no spend meal video about a month ago, I think is when I filmed that, maybe a month and a half ago. But I'm someone who would much rather meal plan around purchasing the food than using this, small quantity of things that I have at home. And I do have things at my house that I really want to use up for the sole purpose that in 6 months when we move, I have completely bare bone shelves. And there's things that I do need to use up because they expire in that time. So what I decided to do this week is to purchase 2 things at the grocery store. Yes, 2. I bought a 10-pound bag of potatoes and 6 bananas. And I'm going to use up as much as I can in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, and I'm gonna share those meal ideas with you. Now, hopefully this will all fit into one video. If it tends to get a little bit long, I'll let you know at the end, or I'll put in the title that is part 1, but I think I can squish this all into one. And I'm just gonna come up with whatever I can come up with using what I have on hand. And I do have quite a bit on hand, so I feel like this won't be very difficult. But with me making recipes all the time, or trying new recipes, or doing recipe shares, or coming up with extreme budget meal ideas, I do tend to have things that spill over from week to week that I'm like, oh, I need to use that up. Okay, I need to use that up. But I just don't get to it. So my very small pantry, fridge, and freezer portions are gonna be trying to use up this week. I'm gonna share those meal ideas with you just for inspiration. Maybe you're coming to the same point in your kitchen where you're like, you know what, I really need to use some of these things up, or they're gonna go bad, or they're just miscellaneous things that I need some meal ideas for, or maybe you just need a little bit of inspiration. That's what this video is. So let's jump in to the first creation of this video. Okay, first creation, I'm gonna make some donuts for like breakfast and snacks this week. There is about 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half of this oat milk left. So I'll use whatever's left in here and then also water for this recipe. I always have oats on hand, always, always, always. I mean, who doesn't at this point? Like if you're plant-based, you probably always have oats if you eat oats on hand. So I'm gonna use those. Like I said, I did go to the store this week and I did get bananas and potatoes, but that's all I bought. So I'm using 2 of my bananas for this recipe. And then I bought these chocolate chips for a recipe a couple weeks ago and never made the recipe. Instead, I've just been eating the chocolate chips at night, like having like a little handful of them. But I want to use them up because I'm not making the other recipe. And I think I can be productive with the chocolate chips versus eating them as like a little dessert. So here are the ingredients. You could substitute the banana for sweet potatoes or for pumpkin or even applesauce for this recipe, and you don't need oat milk or any kind of nut milk. You just need water, and you don't even need chocolate chips really. You could add like raisins or fruit of any kind, but here is ingredients for my first creation in my Use It Up challenge. If this recipe looks super familiar to you, it's probably because it is the baked oatmeal recipe that I've been sharing on Instagram. I think I shared it a couple videos back. I ended up only having 1 cup of nut milk, so that's all I used. But you just throw this into your blender. It doesn't have to be a high-speed blender. You're just gonna mix it up really well. And then you're going to pour it into your donut molds. Now, if you don't have donut molds, I did link mine down in the description box below, but donuts are just fun to me. They're kind of breakfasty, they're kind of handheld, but you can make this into brownies or oat bake or muffins, whatever works for you and your lifestyle. But I only have this one silicone style pan, and I'll probably not buy any more until we move. So this is why I keep making donuts. But I ended up baking these at 350 degrees for 22 minutes. And they were so delicious, like the perfect texture. I store these in the refrigerator, just in a Tupperware, because they are baked, and I feel like the texture is the best when they're stored in the refrigerator. I actually don't even know if you can store these out on the countertop. I assume you can because they're like baked good. It's kind of like banana bread, but I like them refrigerated. You can also make these ahead of time and freeze them if you want to, but I feel like these are ingredients that everybody has in their pantry. We always have, some kind of baked goods that we can make out of bananas and oats, and you can substitute if need be if you cannot eat bananas. Okay, so I started taking my donuts out of my silicone molds. I'm not done yet, but also you don't have to use donut silicone molds. This is just the only silicone one I currently have. Until we move, I won't purchase anything else. But if you want to make them as brownies, cookies, I mean, this is just what I have, and I don't feel like these are that tough to wash. I know some people like don't want to wash these, but I just let them soak for a little bit and then they're good to go. And I put them belly up. They actually look more like a donut from the other side, is because, see, they don't look as pretty from that side. I should have put some chocolate chips down. So the chocolate chips are kind of melty still, but I am so excited for these. I feel like they're like the perfect texture for donuts, and I love donuts. Like, it doesn't have to be a real donut, it just has to be a donut shape. I get really excited about those. So here are the donuts. It does make 13 donuts, so just keep that in mind if you're using the same silicone pans. And I will put mine down in the description box below. I'll link them from Amazon. They're like, I mean, they've gone as cheap as $6 before, and then they've gone up to like $10. So if you are looking for some, these are nice. I like them. It comes with one more. It's a pink one. That one's currently in the oven. So yeah, these are perfect for a quick breakfast or a snack. If you have kids, they would probably really like these. I feel like they're a good texture, and the chocolate does help, so kids will eat them. But here is what I whipped up, creation number 1. Okay, true story. I have had this farro in my cupboard since last July. And I haven't made it. If you watched my last use it up challenge, you know I had a couscous also that was like open that I need to use up. So we're using it. I bought it and I have never made it. I've been super like intimidated by it because it is like a spelt wheat, and I'm worried that it'll hurt my stomach because I don't do well with like really wheated products. But we're gonna go for it. If anything else, my husband can eat it. So I'm gonna make a like cold salad. So I'll show you what I'm doing. But I also raided my crispers really quickly and got out all my odds and ends. I'm sure everybody has crispers like this. Like, you just have odds and ends. I try to meal plan according to what I'm going to make, but sometimes I have extras. So I have a cucumber and a half, a couple stalks of celery, this romaine that really needs used up. It's starting to get brown, but I have about a head and a half because this one's already kind of used. I do have some apples on hand. I always try to keep at least apples and bananas in the house because those are our favorites. But when you throw an apple in here, a tomato, some lime juice to kind of like give it some acidity, and I might put some mustard in it as well. And then I also have a little bit of a red onion that needs to use. So I'm going to cook this, chop all these, squeeze these in it, and then see what we'll kind of come up with. But I thought this would be like a good summery kind of salad. This is kind of using up what I have on hand. If you don't have farro, you could use couscous, you could use pasta, you could use rice, but I have this and it desperately needs to get used. So we're going for it. Okay, so to my bowl, I added one of the squeezed limes. I'm actually gonna keep the other one because more recipes this week. So this is actually like a lunch prep that I'm making ahead. So I actually put the lettuce chopped in a side dish so that way like it wouldn't get wilty with the warm farro. But I'm going to add some jalapeno mustard. I feel like that will go really good with the lime. Some garlic salt, however much you want, there's no measuring here. Onion powder, I would say like a teaspoon of each would be fine. Obviously I use the same seasonings over and over. And then a little bit of parsley. So we're gonna start there and then season up as need be. I might add a little bit of sea salt. I really like my food salty. And then I'm just leaving the limes in there for now. It's a Rachel Ray tip. She says to leave them in there until you add your other items, or if you're cooking pasta, add them in because you get a lot of flavor from them. This wasn't a great lime. It's very hard, which tells me it should have sat on the counter for a little bit. But here's the veggies, and then I'm just waiting for the farro to continue to cook. Okay, so I just snuck a bite of this. It's not quite done yet, But oh my gosh, this is so good. I really hope that my stomach can tolerate this in small batches. I just have a problem with like really whole wheats and brown rice and pastas and stuff. But this is so good. It's so nutty and chewy. Delicious. Maybe I'll cook it a little bit longer than you're supposed to, so that way like it's cooked down a bit. But wow, that is amazing. My husband's going to love this, so if I can't eat it, at least he can. Comment down below and tell me if you make this often. There's been a lot of TikTok recipes with this lately, so I feel like I've gotten the itch to make this. Okay, this is so beautiful and so colorful and so summery. I am super excited for this, and I hope my body doesn't hate it. If not, my husband will enjoy it. But this is like, this is such a good like alternative to rice and pasta. It's just very different. Like I said, it's really nutty and chewy. So let me know if you guys have made this before, but I'm actually gonna put this in the refrigerator to make it cold because I feel like it'll be so much better. And then I can always add more dressing if I want to, but I feel like the apple, the celery, and the cucumber is just gonna be so delicious with this farro. So this is lunch, and I'll show you when I have it kind of plated up with the romaine so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like when it's ready to eat. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do in this video is show you a peek in my refrigerator. So I feel like I've never done this before. I feel like people think that I have like tons of food on hand, and I'm just lying when I say I only buy $30 worth of groceries. So this is my freezer, and as you can see, there are some vegetables. Edamame, I have the shelled, and then I know right here this is a 1-in shell. I have a few protein bars, and then right here is like a half bag of frozen peas and carrots. I know it in like the back of my hand what's in my like cupboards because it's not very much. These are the Alexis sweet potato fries. My husband loves those, so whenever they are on sale, I usually buy a couple bags, but he hasn't been eating them. And then these are vegetable spring rolls, which my husband was super into for a while. He loved those with like rice and veggies, but I think he just got tired of them. And the last time I went to the dollar store, I picked them up, and now he hasn't been eating them. But surprise, babe, you're probably gonna have those this week. And here is some edamame. A bag broke when I got home from the grocery store. Back there is some acai that I was gonna use for smoothies, haven't used it yet. Ice, wow, so many things. And then this is actually vanilla and almond milk from Daily Harvest. They sent these over a while ago. I've used a couple of the packs. These are actually really good with coffee. You just take a brick out of here and drop it in your coffee or in a smoothie, but I've been using those for coffee, and now that it's hot out, I haven't been using those. So that's my freezer. I'm not kidding when I say I don't keep a lot on hand. So what I'm using up is what's in here. So you'll see more meal ideas here in a second. And then for the refrigerator, this is like so empty. But I am just someone who, I just cannot keep a lot on hand. It just stresses me out. In the cupboards, it's fine. Like if I have a few extra pastas or rice or oats or beans, that's fine. But like this area is just too much. And I was gonna wipe all this down because I can tell it really needs wiped down. Obviously here on the door, we have door stuff. I have some vegan cheese, some pickles, lots of condiments, lots of mustard. Then I have the meals that I made this morning. I have some leftover chickpea salad, which I like always keep on hand, always, because I eat it so often. It's good to like eat a couple spoonfuls just in the afternoon, like if I don't grab a snack or something. I really want to wipe down my fridge now that I'm showing this to you. But in my cabinets here, I have some lettuce and some yuck, but I also have some garlic in there. That'll all get wiped down. I'll show you at the end of this video what I used up. Some carrots, very sad cucumber that I don't know if I can save now that I'm looking at him. Maybe the end of it. Okay, and 3 apples, a Granny Smith, and I believe 2 gallas. Up here I have my soy sauce, some salsa. Let's just line these puppies up, and almond milk that's not open yet, and then my chai tea, which I love. Up here I have some salad dressing. Like I said, I've been using my like salad dressing like all the time, so if you want I can put the recipe for this in the description box. You can snag it, but I've shared it like in the last 5 videos. And then I have my water for today that is getting cold, that has lemon, and it has a tea bag in it. So that is that is my refrigerator. And then I thought I would quickly just share with you my cupboard. So you can see I do have some oats that didn't fit in my oat jar. I have some beans, some green beans, some rice, some ibuprofen, some beans. This is like nuts and seeds, raisins, Brazil nuts, cocoa powder, chia seeds. There's flaxseed up there. So we don't have like that much. I actually don't even have any flour on hand. This is another cabinet that just has stuff in it that just like doesn't get used ever. I feel like I just probably need to go through and clean it out. This gives me an idea for a meal tonight, actually, for my husband. I can't eat peanut butter, but he can. And then I have like a ton of grits. So I was like in a really big grit phase for like ever. And I feel like every time I went to the store, I got a box of grits, not knowing that I had so many grits here. So now I'm stuck with 3 boxes, 2 of which aren't even open. So, and then I also have this, which I was trying to think of a meal for this. I've had this since like Christmas. This was gifted to me from a company. They sent me like a goodie box, and so yeah. But anyway, so I don't keep a lot on hand. I feel like people think I do and I don't, but there you got a little glimpse into my tiny little cabinets. So there you go. You saw what I keep on hand, which is not very much. I feel like I've had quite a few comments on pantry challenges and then extreme grocery challenges, like when I do a whole week, of people asking to see my cupboard. So there you go. I know that might stress a few of you out. Just remember that everyone's different when it comes to how we like to plan for meals, how we like to prepare meals. And I like using everything I have up, having a clean like plate probably like once a month or so. And I feel like, I don't know, I would do really well, honestly, if I had the time and the schedule for it. I would be someone who did really well buying like groceries every other day, every 2 days, maybe like go to the grocery store every night, buy something for like dinner and lunch the next day. I don't know. But because I have a small kitchen, I think this works best for us. Now in our new home, I have a big kitchen and a big pantry, so maybe I'll feel a little bit different, but I feel like in the space I'm in, it's just really hard to keep a lot of food on hand and not have it feel cluttered. So there you saw what I have on hand, the space that I keep it in, and how I'm trying to use things up this week. So again, I'm not going to buy anything else than what you are seeing here in this video. So everything that I had on hand. And so that's it. So let's jump into the next recipe here that I'm gonna share with you today. Okay, next meal. I have 2 open boxes of lasagna that I have to use up. This one has a few sheets in it. This one has a few sheets in it. I have some water right here that I'm gonna get going. And then I know you don't have to, a lot of you have told me in previous like recipe videos when I share lasagna that you don't bake your lasagna, you just layer everything and then throw it into the oven. I am going to cook this before I bake it because I'm going to make little roll-ups. I thought it would just be kind of different, and it'll be for dinner tonight. So I'm going to put these beans, these are actually really good, zesty salsa, fat-free, so they're vegan. They're really good, they're really flavorful, in the roll-ups. And then I'm going to throw some salsa, which we always keep salsa on hand. We keep one of these on hand all the time. So obviously that's gonna add some flavor, but I'm gonna add salsa with this tomato sauce, which I can remember buying this because they were really cheap and on sale, and so I got quite a few of them. But I'm going to blend those together in my food processor and make like a little sauce and then do the roll-ups. And then I do have some green beans, which I'll put on the side, but I just thought this would be something different. And this would actually be something I would personally eat cold just because I feel like it would be really good. So let's get started and I'll show you how I'm throwing this together. Not to anyone's surprise, because I love pasta, but this meal was so good. My husband loved it. And honestly, we'll probably make it again and just have a few changes, like add a little more sauce, maybe add some extra vegetables to the rolled lasagna. But these beans had a lot of flavor. Plus, I have more beans on hand that I could actually make my own refried beans that I need to use up. And if I didn't already say so, this is only part 1. I'm going to try to do a part 2 of this video because this one got a little bit long, but I have more meals to share with you because I still have things, as you saw with my pantry, fridge, and freezer tour, I still have things I want to use up. But this was so good. I feel like anybody's family would love this, and it's so versatile. it is just, oh, it's so good. I really like this. And honestly, I just threw it in the oven to kind of warm up the sauce. So I put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes, and it made such a good dinner. Now, I had like 3 or 4 cans of green beans on hand, so I did use one for this meal, but this did end up with 3 servings, so my husband had one left over for lunch the next day. But definitely give this recipe a try. It's worth trying out. All right, so my whole home is a disaster right now. I'm literally cleaning and organizing so many things. I should have vlogged it, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm actually going to sit down and meal plan today for the week ahead, and I'm going to use up more of the things that I have in my home and kind of meal plan around that. So I'm gonna share with you kind of how I meal plan, I guess, using like a really strict budget. I plan to do about $20 to $30 in groceries next week. So I'll just kind of show you my outline and what I'm meal prepping. Plus I do have a fun surprise for you, so keep watching till the end of the video. So this meal planner is actually from my very dear friend Lauren. She is on YouTube as Louise Lane and on Instagram as I'm Louise Lane. So make sure you check her out. I will leave her website and her YouTube channel and everything down in the description box below. But I just adore her. This is the first planner that she came out with and designed, but I'm actually doing a giveaway because I recently hit 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And it's just as a little thank you, I'm giving away a $40 gift card to her store. So I'm pretty pumped about that, and I will give you some details here in a little bit. But here I am meal planning for the week of June 19th, which I know is a Saturday, so I'm starting with the Sunday. And I really like these meal planners for a few reasons. One, she gives you space to kind of write like however you want to. Like there is just blocks, so you can write it in. There's lots of space. You can, make dividers if you want to. And I also really appreciate this space right here because this could be a 2-week planner, or if you're going on vacation or whatever, like you can make it what you want. But also I like that the days can start at any time. Now I know I have oats and potatoes. I also have pasta that I want to use up. So I'm just going to kind of meal plan. And also I decided that my budget for the week was going to be $25. So I'm just going to kind of meal plan a little bit and kind of walk you through my ideas, and then I'll tell you about the giveaway. All right, so let's talk quickly about this giveaway. So it's a very simple giveaway, and I do apologize for anyone who watches me internationally. Lauren is just a very small business. She makes all of these on her own and then ships them out through her website. She also has an Etsy store. I will link it down in the description box below so you can check it out. If you're looking for a gift for anyone, these are really fun. I'm a paper and pen person. I know some people would think that's really wasteful, but it's just, for me, I like to sit down and write things out. When I'm on my phone too much, it just feels like the whole world is done on phones, and I'm okay to take a step back and go a little old school. Also, these are really cool too because she was thoughtful enough to put magnets on the back of them so you can hang them on your refrigerator. She has a grocery list, she has meal planners, she has meal planner binders, recipe holders, she has a whole bunch of things. But like I said, one of you is going to receive a $40 gift card to her store. And what you have to do to enter today's giveaway is leave me a nice comment, but it has to have a heart with the comment. So that way I know that you are entering yourself into the giveaway. So you have to put a heart emoji with your comment in the comment section down below, and then you will be automatically entered into the giveaway. And the giveaway will actually end Monday. Let me check my schedule here. Again, like I said, I'm a paper and pen person. Like this is my YouTube schedule. It'll end Monday, June 14th. So I will reply to one of you lucky winners and let you know that you have won, and I will let you know to email me, and then I will get you that gift card code over to you. But if you are looking for gift ideas, I feel like these are really good for anyone having a birthday who's type A, who likes to organize, who wants to meal plan. Plus, I really think that her layout of her planners is really like on point for people that meal prep a lot throughout the week. If you have a family, if you're single, it doesn't matter because you can kind of, schedule things in for the week. And I really like that. So I hope you enter the giveaway. Like I said, you have to comment down below and you have to put a heart emoji in the comment so I know that you're entering yourself into the giveaway. That's the requirements. And like I said, she doesn't do any international shipping, so I apologize for that. It's just US only. But all the rules will be in the description box below in case you want to check them out. But let's get back to meal planning for this week. Okay, so I just did a really rough draft of what I want to make for the week, and then what I'll do is off of this list, I will make a grocery list. So for breakfast, I do have oats that I want to use up. So I'll probably grab some frozen fruit and maybe bananas, easy peasy. I have potatoes here, and I'll just grab some veggies to put with those for lunch. Again, easy peasy. I can just take those with me to work and make them if I want, or I can make them ahead of time. Honestly, the least amount of effort ever right now because I just feel very busy and it's hot and it's summer. And then for the week, I just kind of sketched out some meal ideas. So we'll do a pasta salad on Sunday and mashed potato fries with probably just vegetables on Monday, and then tacos, which I'm thinking like either lentil tacos because I do have lentils here, or I can get some mushrooms, but I'll make some tacos. So that means I just have to get some fixings for tacos, which I'll put on my grocery list. And then this will probably make a lot, so we can pick leftovers for Wednesday. So that's a night off for me. I really want to make this pretzel and cheese dip recipe I found on Pinterest, so I'm putting that on Thursday, but I might flop Thursday, Friday, because sometimes I have more time on Friday nights. And then Saturday, I know it's date night. Now you're probably looking at this going like, okay, but what about lunches for the weekend? And what about, you know, your husband? I will make sure all of these meals are big enough so that there's always leftovers. Our dinners almost always have leftovers for lunches the next day that he can enjoy. And if there's a leftover night, like obviously mashed potato fries, I feel like we always have a ton of them. Tacos, we always have a ton of. And then I can just kind of fill in like with scraps that are leftover. So I'm not really worried about making dinner every single night. Plus it gives us options too in case we do work late. Or honestly, sometimes it's really hot and I just do like a smoothie. So it gives me some options. I have nothing in the snack category right now. I was going to see if there was something like new and different at the grocery store. Maybe like rice cakes and hummus, or I could make homemade hummus. And then I'll make my prep list based on like what I end up picking up from the grocery store. But I plan to spend just $25. And here's kind of a rough idea of what I'm making for the week. Okay, I have this one single pack of ramen in my cupboard that I'm going to use for this next recipe. I love ramen. Let me know in the comments below if you also love ramen. I love it when I don't feel well, and I love it when it's cold here, like below 60 degrees. But I'm gonna make this into a cold ramen salad using these two mason jars. I'm gonna just have them on hand, so they'll be in the refrigerator. I can eat them for dinner later this week, or I can take them with me to lunch. So like I showed you, I had these edamame to use up. I'm using them in this recipe. And then also I have these very sad carrots. There's 3 of them in here, but I checked and they're still pretty good. So I'm gonna use this and whip up just a really quick, easy, light meal. If you have extra vegetables, you could do that. I'm also probably gonna use this lime too. Slice that lime and put that in there for when I eat it, I can squeeze it over the top. So let's get started on this quick meal. What I did for this meal is I just put a little bit of soy sauce and spicy mustard in here and then squeezed half of a lime over it and shook it up and ate it, and it was so delicious. It was like perfect for summer. You need to give this a try. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you inspiration. That's what this video was for. It was to inspire you to use something up that you have on hand. A lot of times this can actually save you money because you're not going to the store to purchase more. Now, I know a lot of you have shared with me that you like to keep like emergency food items at home. That's fine, but also there are times that we all can say that we purchased something for a recipe that we didn't end up making, or we didn't use the full ingredient list. Like we might have bought like a 2-pound bag of rice and only used like a pound of it. We might have not used the whole serving of pasta or vegetables. So this is just an inspirational video, and if anything else, it's entertaining to share with you some new meal ideas that I came up with just cooking out of my fridge, freezer, and pantry. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Like I said, I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye!